So good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everybody who's joining us today. I welcome you on behalf of the School of Humankind, and I have the honor to interview Amanda Bussiere today. And as the guidelines of the School of Humankind says, it's about expansion, it's about connection, and about belonging. And for me, it's definitely about expansion today because I am the interviewer and this is a new thing that I do. So the School of Humankind is really a place where we learn and grow together. And we have a lot of people with a lot of expertise, a lot of like amazing skills, but we are also a place where we want to get together and learn from each other and really also try to become uncomfortable and try to take on other perspectives and maybe challenge our view of the world a little bit. So this said, I'm really excited to interview Amanda today because she is on the other side of the globe and working in a completely different field. And I'm really, really excited and curious also to find out if there is also similarities and points where we connect. So, Amanda, could you just introduce yourself in a nutshell?
Absolutely. So I am a single mom and I have grown and expanded, and I'm trying to create an environment for everybody to feel the best versions of themselves. I used to be one of those people that didn't love myself and I wasn't happy and I was living the Groundhog Day. And I decided to take charge of my life and take my power back. So I have learned through different skills and techniques and tools to make myself have this radiating magnetic glow and energy about me. So now I feel so good. I'm like, I need to share this with the entire world. So the more people I can talk to, the more people I can expand and connect with and shed my light and my glow onto them, the better. And my girls are my life. I love them boys so much. And I want them to be the best, amazing versions of themselves. And they're so young. So I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, you're just like these perfect little molds that we can create and you guys can live the best life ever. So I am a mindset coach. I help people build up their self-confidence, their self-worth, and eventually teaching them into manifestation and creating the life that they want. I help them think of visions and goal setting, planning, and actually bring it to fruition through different avenues of their life.
So this sounds pretty amazing. And I was just looking at the chat and Angela said like the sound is not that good. Where is the chat gone now? And we tried to fix this, Angela, but we had no idea what to do about it. So if you have a good input, let us know.
I'm in a coffee shop right now. It was a last minute. I have to make this happen. So I do have some background noise. I'm using AirPods so I can hear you guys really well. So that could be the background noise you're hearing.
All right. So we try to, if there is anything we have to say again because you didn't get it, then just let us know. Yeah, as I said, this sounds pretty intriguing, you know, and I love that you talk about your girls because I think that's the first point where we connect. I am a mom as well. I am a mom of 2 boys and a girl. And I'd also love for them to create the life that they wish and desire. So how do you teach them to create their life in a way that they love?
Yeah. From 0 to 18 is where we are developing our skills under the influence of our parents and society. So we think we are a human being based on those values that were taught to us. And we develop those skills and the mindset and the belief systems based on what we're taught at that age. So then when it's from 18 to adulthood into growing, you're starting to get new experiences, do new things, try new things. And sometimes you can evolve and expand from there. And you feel like that person you were when you were 0 to 18 maybe is no longer in alignment. Sometimes you just keep living like that, but you don't feel like that's the real person. You don't feel authentic, but you have this mask on wearing because that's what you were told you're supposed to be. And I'm trying to teach people that all these wounds and everything that you learned from childhood and school and society is not necessarily true to you. You are allowed to be whoever you need to be. So we need to remove all those things. And it's hard and it's messy. And sometimes you don't even realize it. But like sometimes you have these big desires, but there's this blockage and you're like, I don't know why I can't do this. Why can't I lose that extra 50 pounds? Why can't I get that job? Why can't I ask for that money? Why can't I do these things? It's because there's these blockages preventing you and you don't even know it, but it's old belief systems that are to the core of who you are that were built when you were younger. So I'm trying to get people to realize we can remove those and you can build your own through your subconscious, but we have to work on it because your subconscious mind is just like that immediate response. You're not even thinking about it. So we have to remove that blockages before we can proceed. But you can change. Anything is possible. You can remove anything. You can add new systems into yourself because we're always evolving. Did you know that you're not even the same person a year from now? Your entire body rejuvenates itself like this to the cell atom level. So anything is possible. You just have to create different habits and different belief systems.
Yes. When you say this, I once read through an article that kind of did the whole math about all the cells that are changing and like how much just like food and things you put into yourself and how much goes out. And that basically like a year from now, as you said, like you're a different person, you're a different body. So why shouldn't you be able to change something? And I think it comes back to what you are an expert about, about mindset. So all the new things we're putting in, like who says that we have to put it together in the same way, right? So there is.
And just making that small decision, like waking up every morning and deciding today's going to be a great day. It's just as simple as that. And actually, when you're first starting this journey, we highly recommend before you get out of bed, just to lay there and think about 3 things that you're grateful for. Just laying there before you get out of bed. So then you're in the proper mindset. So then it starts your day off. Fantastic. And you're always looking for the positive things, the good things. Because if you wake up in the morning and you're not feeling good and say you stub your toe and your whole day's ruined, you spill your coffee, now you're running late, and like you just set yourself up for failure. But if you practice every single day,
you fall backwards forever, like what happened
or you
to
fall
me.
back.
So you could just laugh about it, or your day could get like to the completely wasted, So I decided to laugh about it.
Like there was this meme someone sent to me because of my positivity all the time. They sent it to me thinking it was funny. You fall down the stairs and you're like, wow, I came down those stairs fast.
Yeah, but it's a way of looking at life, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just when you expect good things to happen to you, good things will happen to you because you're looking for good things to happen. When you're looking for bad things to happen, bad things will happen because you're looking for it. Like, when something happens to you and then another thing happens, you're like, oh, it comes in 3. So you're looking for the 3rd one to happen. It'll happen because you're looking for it. Yeah. So why don't you change the script and think something good happens? You're like, oh, what's next? What else is coming? You're going to find it. And good things just keep continuously coming to you because you're expecting it and you're wanting it. Like a parking spot. I always expect a good parking spot and it comes. Even today for the coffee shop, I came in and I was like, my spot is going to be available for me. And I came in and here she's wiping my table off. I'm like, she's wiping the table off for me, getting it ready because I expect it to be ready for me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
May I pick your brain or just ask you?
Absolutely. Yes.
Because you said like the first thing to do in the morning is list 3 things you're grateful for, right? So I know about this. I'm a big believer in like having this attitude of being grateful, but can you speak to this like on why? So why does it work, or what does it do to you or your day when you start with being grateful?
It puts your mindset into a positive spin, and it actually does things inside of you scientifically that creates a different atmosphere for you. Like, it opens up your heart. Like, we could go deep into the scientific thing about, but we won't go there because we've got a limited time. But like, your body has a connection to emotions, it has connections to frequency, energy. I'm a huge energy reader. I can talk to somebody. I can know what they're about just by feeling their energy, their vibe. Energy, vibe, it's the same thing. When you aren't feeling good about yourself, you vibrate a different level. You have this different frequency. So when you're grateful, you are raising up your frequency, your vibration levels. And we can go deep into the source energy. Everything is energy. So the higher you're vibrating, the higher you're tapping into that energy, the source, God, whatever it should be, whatever you believe in. So the higher you're vibrating, the closer you are to that. And the more good things happen to you. When you're feeling bad and shameful and guilty and resentment and anger, you're vibrating at a low level. So you're farther away from the top source, whoever that should be. So when you're down here, you're not feeling grateful. You can't be grateful and upset at the same time. You can't, not possible. So when you wake up in the morning, you're tapping into that because you're fresh, you're new, and you can just start getting in that vibration level. Even if you're not vibrating at a top level all the time, just stop and breathe, because breath work will just make you calm down, get your parasympathetic center refocused, and then you can come back to center, be present, and be grateful for something, and you'll just raise your level up so fast. Like, you know, when people talk about someone having an anxiety attack and they give them a paper bag and they start breathing into it, that does absolutely nothing. It doesn't. It just makes their mind think that it's doing something, so they're focusing on that. It's taking away all these distractions, but it's getting them present in the moment so they can come back to center.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
think
why
you mentioned breath 2 times now, you know, like, also, I think this is one of the core tools we can use to just come back to center, you know, and just reconnect and just maybe, as you said, raise our frequency, or yeah, just use it as a tool that we can consciously control in order to level out what is going on the subconscious level, you know?
Absolutely. Because we're in complete control of our breath. We're in complete control of ourselves. We're not in control of the environment. How do we control the environment? We get in control of ourselves in the present moment, and then our perspective changes of our environment. So when you're seeking something, like we were talking about the red car theory, when you're looking for a new vehicle, a red car, you want a red car. All of a sudden, that's all you see everywhere is that specific red car that you want to buy, because that's what your focus is on. That's the external environment, right? But if you're not looking for them, you don't see it. So when you're focused on the bad, that's all you see is the bad. But when you focus on the good, that's all you see is good. I'm a server part-time, and I very rarely have bad tables because I expect them to be good. I expect them to have a good experience. I expect them to be in a vibration level that matches mine. And if they aren't, I get them to match me. I bring them up because I radiate my energy towards them.
Yeah, I'm definitely, how should I say, like, I love to learn from you because I know that I sometimes have a bad day, and I can even like catch myself or become aware of it, and then takes me some time to raise my frequency, you know?
Absolutely.
But when we talked first, you know, you said, and I think this ties together with like seeing the red cars or expecting a good table, is that like you are kind of living your life with the red tinted glasses, you know, so you expect the good life. So what do you do with a client when they are just like wearing their dark sunglasses all the time, and they just do not even know that they are wearing sunglasses, you know, like, where do you start?
I do tricks on them, not tricks. It's like techniques, like eye contact. Eye contact is the biggest connection point you can have with a stranger, with anybody. When you create eye contact with someone, it's teaching them that you're interested. It's creating that trust. It's creating that bond with them. that you're intrigued and you want to know more about that and you care. It's creating that connection, which most people don't do. People are so, and that's another thing with confidence though, is you have to have the confidence to be able to do this, right? Which is what I teach my clients. I teach them to build up their self-confidence, their self-worth, so that they do have the confidence to look somebody straight in the eye and create that connection. Because it creates a bond, it creates interest, it creates trust. And then they just start opening up. That's the biggest one I can tell you. And smiling and just being warm. That's what I do, is I just create this atmosphere for them that they just tend to open up a bit more. Or it could make them uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable.
I imagine.
You know what I mean? And it could go the opposite way too, is that they're so insecure with themselves and they're so doubting and self-worth, and you like they'll just close right up even more because it makes them extremely uncomfortable and they don't want to go there.
Yeah, I think it requires a certain level of openness to be ready and open to even start thinking about that you could wear another set of glasses, or that you could maybe try and change your glasses just for a day maybe and see what happens. Yeah, you said you're working with your clients on self-confidence and like creating their confidence. So tell me more about your clients. Tell me more about what you do and how exactly you work, and where can we find you, and how can we work with you if we are intrigued and want to change our glasses.
Yes, well, actually, I'm building a magnetic mindset workshop for free, just to get people a little taste of what it actually feels like to be magnetic, to attract things into your life. Because when you are vibrating at a high level or you feel confident about yourself, you attract opportunities and circumstances to your life. I'm not saying that they just come magnetically to you, but what happens is you feel so good about yourself and you talk to people. You are open about certain things. You are self-aware. Self-awareness is big. You have to be aware of your surroundings, different opportunities. I actually just did a TikTok about this, about walking into a coffee shop and, you know, being in a great mood. You get a free coffee because you're just such a nice person that people love your vibe. You talk to a stranger, you get another opportunity. Just different circumstances are always there. But if your mindset is great, you are actually seeing these opportunities, or you're opening up the doors. Whereas if you're just closed-minded and I don't want to talk to anybody and I'm not feeling good about myself, I'm just going to go live my life, you don't get these opportunities. They're there, but you just have to be self-aware of them. So that's what I'm doing, is I'm just I'm opening the box for people, because we all live in these little boxes from 0 to 18, right? And I'm just trying to help these people open up these boxes and remove all that unnecessary guck, the things that aren't serving them anymore, decluttering their lives, so then it creates space for the good things to start coming in.
So you say I don't need all that stuff anymore? Like, are you serious?
And do you know what? It's crazy because people don't even realize when they have a cluttered house, or that junk drawer, or that closet that's just yucky, and you open it up and you're like, ugh, and you close it, that does stuff in here. The second you start organizing your house, your environment, you feel better about yourself and you're cluttering things, because a messy house, a messy vehicle, a messy life is messy in here. The second you, like when you clean up your house, how good do you feel? Amazing, right? When your kitchen is spotless at the end of the night, how do you feel? Amazing. That's because it's in here too. So I'm trying to teach people, like, it's so much more. Like, I'm like, I get my clients to declutter. Let's get decluttering, pick your room, let's go. And they're like, wow, I feel amazing. I'm like, I know you do. It's more to it than just cleaning house. It's creating an environment within yourself.
So you could also make them add some art, you know, just to connect the two of us.
They need to create. So what they're doing is they're getting rid of their old stuff so they can add the new stuff that creates a bond within themselves that makes them feel good, which is your art.
Yeah. And I heard a brain scientist say lately, and I really loved it because I do art, right? That, you know, when you put up art in your life, you know, it gives a signal that, you know, like that you have space to for beauty in your life. And this also makes you feel safe, because like in the ancient times, as long as you've not been safe, you have no time to look out for beauty. You were just like looking for safety and looking to kind of for danger. And then the moment when you were in a spot where you were safe, then you had the time to kind of see the flowers and enjoy whatever was the view or something. So in our busy city life, we can kind of signal the same through a beautiful artwork that is kind of at the entrance, and then helps you on a really body level kind of communicate to yourself, like, okay, this is my space, this is where I'm safe, and this is where I have like time and space for beauty. And I so loved this because I've experienced this myself, you know, and I also experienced the clutter. So I work on both things, right?
Exactly, because it's bringing you to the present moment, right? You're appreciating it at that moment, and you're not focused on everything else. You're just, when you're looking at that artwork, you're feeling the feel. Like that's the thing too, is when I teach my clients too, all that yucky stuff, what we like to do is like confrontation or things that we don't want to deal with, we just push it down, right? I'll deal with that later. When you don't deal with it later, it just fills your box even more. You just keep pushing it down. Well, your box is full of all this yucky stuff and it's not going away. So you have to deal with it. Like if anything bad comes up, I'm like, let's process it. Let's deal with it. I tell clients all the time, message me the second it happens so we can deal with it. And then it's not even going in the box, because then you're creating space and an opening for those good things to come in. Because who wants a box full of yuck and all that bad emotions and all these bad feelings and bad experiences filled up in your box when you could have all these amazing, incredible experiences? It's like Inside Out, you know? We want more joy balls in our box. We don't want the yucky ones.
Yeah.
We have to have the bad ones to learn and expand. Don't get me wrong. We all need to have bad experiences. We all need to have challenges and barriers and blockages so we can learn. We all need it, but it's how you deal with it, process it. You don't want to put it back in the box and clean it out.
So this is what you do in the magnetic mindset.
Yeah, I'm just doing a 1-day workshop, just a quick little thing, but I do this with my clients. I have like one-on-one coaching with them too. And then when you do, I want to talk about this too, because we could just tap into this a little bit. It goes much deeper. But when you shove things in your box, or when there's the things from your childhood in your box, it actually attaches to your body, the energy. Because what happens is you have these attachments in your body. It's emotional attachments that you get pain. It's a whole different ball game on that one. But our hips carry a lot of emotional pain. So once we start processing and working through this stuff, you might actually discover this pain being released. And there's people that go through Reiki and they do other little things that help remove these blockages, because our body keeps energy inside of it. So if it's bad, that's where diseases come from. And that's where, because our body is reacting to stress and anxiety, because those people that have stress, what do they have? Heart problems, because their body's attacking itself. So the second we can start releasing these things and you're not stressed out anymore, your parasympathetic center is happy. It's just a whole different thing. Like it's just, when you start taking care of your mind and your body, everything else just comes into a full circle of amazing.
Yeah, I think it's where we start realizing that it's all connected, right? It is
all
body,
connected.
mind, soul,
Spirit.
whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's all connected. Yeah.
So if people work with you, they get the whole package, right?
Yes. Yes. So they think that I'm crazy with this exercise thing, that I'm like, you guys, when you exercise, you're not only making yourself healthier, but you're creating consistency, integrity for yourself, and you're making yourself healthier, and you're building up muscle. There's just so much components to it alongside, because then your mind gets into it too, right? You push yourself a little bit harder and your mind's triggered, and then you feel good, which is the emotion, the dopamine hit. And everything. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my gosh, I feel amazing. I look amazing. So it's all intertwined, but they don't know.
Yeah, I think this is like such a big topic that we could kind of talk about for days.
Yes.
For the sake of time, and to maybe kind of close this up, is there just one thing that you could give somebody who is intrigued by this, but kind of thinks like maybe she's just a little bit crazy and this does not work for me because like I just can't imagine walking around with rose-tinted sunglasses all the time. What would be like the most impactful thing you would advise them to do and just try it for a week and then come back and talk to you?
I would recommend just a small little test. Compliment somebody every single day. And if you're in person, create eye contact while you're doing it and see what happens. That is what I would recommend doing, because, or even just sending out a message to someone, a complete stranger or someone that you're kind of in touch with, or somebody that means so much to you. Just send them a message or a phone call, video chat, talk to them in person, send them a compliment and see what happens for an entire week. Try it and see. And I bet you there's going to be substantial changes in your life.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So everybody who's watching this is please sending out a message or like doing a compliment in person to somebody, watching them in the eyes for a week. And then you go to the School of Humankind website and you find Amanda on the faculty page and you send her feedback, right? That's what we're going to do.
Absolutely. I want to know what happens.
Where else do we find you if we want to send you a feedback?
I am on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, known as Manifest Boss Babe. You can find me on there. And I have all my links to my actual page where you can sign up to be a client, get on my email list so you get daily emails from me on tips and tricks that I have implemented myself that I teach my clients.
Amazing. So I am definitely going to try this with the compliment. And
Perfect.
I'm going to send you feedback.
I love it.
Thank you for this wonderful conversation. I really enjoyed it. And I wish you a nice rest of your day. Mine is actually over.
Mine's just halfway. Thank you so much. It was so much fun. And I loved meeting you.
Thank you. Goodbye, everybody.
Okay.